I'm gonna really break this shit down to y'all when I get in a comfortable state. But y'all gotta remember, I'm talking to y'all about all of this stuff while I'm in this situation, in the worst situation in which of what I'm talking about. There's nobody's brain that's releasing more cortisol. Nobody's brain that's releasing more cortisol than a person that's financially struggling. Because nobody's in fight, flight, or freeze more than a person that has less than, that's dealing with the three things that's being attacked off of that, which is your shelter, your next meal, and your personal hygiene and stuff like that, right? You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna break all of this shit down. I still want to just talk to y'all for a little bit while I just deal with this. You know what I'm saying? This code and shit, this attack or whatever. But like, that's what I'm saying. So, and you think about it. If nobody's more in fight, flight, or freeze than homeless people, and then you think about, then you see that, then you think about how much they talk down on homeless people, right? I guarantee you, most of the people that talk down on a homeless person, they don't even know how the brain works to understand the level of fight, flight, or freeze that's done psychologically from a panicking state that happens from a scientific standpoint. They won't even understand that because they're just thinking so surface level in 3D. They're just thinking like get a job, work harder and stuff. They don't understand how the brain works, how that can be messed with. And, you know, so then you see the so-called mental health issues that so-called people that are homeless have. And then they bank on that, you know what I'm saying, in every way of a mockery of so. Whether, you know what I'm saying, making fun of them, making it seem like it's their problem, why they got those issues. And majority of people don't understand how the brain works, you know? So like, it's like the most biggest disrespect. And then you think about it from that standpoint, and then you think about what's the majority of people that's even dealing with that more than anybody else. What is it? Black and Latino people. You know what I'm saying? You see the whole setup, the whole curveball, you know, and all of this is stuff that people ignore, that when it happens, they get triggered by. But see, I'm the right person. Only thing people can do to try to trigger me off of it is walk away when I talk about this stuff. How you doing today? I appreciate the positive energy you calling me handsome. Enjoy the rest of your day. You know, the only way people can try to attack me is trying to like walk away or just use whatever materialistic things that they have to try to what do you call it me, and that shit don't even work, because I realize that that's just an attack. You know, I might fuck up like I'm about to right now. I'm about to get a black him out, but like I said, y'all, ain't nobody more in fight, flight, or freeze than me. You know, and I got, you know, I'm being real, and I'm not saying I can't conquer it or I don't conquer it better other days than other days, but I'm just saying I know what the fuck is happening to me while I'm battling it. That's all I'm saying. You know, and it's like the fact that they're banking on it, like majority of us don't even know that this shit is happening in this way, y'all. We don't even know. Like, see, matter of fact, I'm gonna open it up and just make sure, because I might need to go there. I might need to go there again, man. I just paid $400 for this DNA test for a fucking mouth swab, right? For a fucking mouth swab, y'all. But I gotta rip it because my shit got hold up real quick. I know we get you. But I mean shit in the system now. Yeah, we get you. Yeah, you get what I'm saying? In a short period of time, you know, get ready to go and take that test. You take the other half of that DNA test. You know what I'm saying? You know, I did my part, you know. Did my part literally the week of? I had court the 19th. I need you to take that test, so I can know if that's my son or not and going forward, you know? No, but like I was saying though, y'all, so like I said, the cortisol that's released off a person that's in fight, flight, or freeze, that's so-called homeless, it's unlike anybody else brain that's releasing it, that's even dealing with regular struggles on the planet. Because I know everybody deals with struggles, but the reactions of how the brain reacts towards the fight, flight, or freeze mind state of a person that's homeless is unlike anybody else. Anybody that understands how the brain works, you understand what I'm talking about. And then the complications that happens over time when too much cortisol is released. and then continuously over time. You know what I mean? Even the digestive problems you'll have, the heart problems you'll have. Ironically, all the same issues that so-called neuromelanated people have, right? Ain't that something? You know, but I'm telling y'all, the psychological slavery we're under, like people make it seem like just this system that a person is in lack, that they're just in lack, you know, but the way the brain works is amazing. And when you really see how stuff is set up of what something will be a bad situation, but the effects that has on the brain, y'all, it's wild as shit. And like I said, the average person that would call a homeless person a bum out here or anything like that, to think from that mind state, they don't know how the brain works to understand fight, flight, or freeze, really what's going on. The control the next person's decision making, if they're able to make calculus decisions or not. They don't get how that is. But I know how all of that shit is. That's why it's like, y'all, it's crazy as shit. Imagine how I feel. I know I'm getting out of this situation. I'm getting shit done and stuff. But imagine how I feel off of my family being destroyed, me being alienated from my child, and me finding out the psychological slavery I'm living in, and really what's what around genetics. Can I just get one? Can I just get one of the sweet black and milds? Yeah, I should get one of those. I'm tired of the lie, y'all. I appreciate that, man. Thank you. Enjoy the rest of your day. You know, it's so messed up, and these people are just living off of us. Like, it was a white girl that was just saying, she heard what I was saying, and it hit her so real. She's pulling out quick to make sure that she hurries up and pulls out before I get out. I'm not even in a rush to get out. I'm gonna let her drive off. But I'm just saying though, you get what I'm saying? People get so triggered when they hear it because it's the fucking truth. They living off of us, y'all. They living off of us, literally. You know? Hold up real quick. They literally living off of us, and then when they hear it, they try to use reverse psychology and act like they're insulted or they're offended. You know what I mean? Even this Asian dude, you know what I'm saying? Like, how are you offended? How are you offended because you living off of me? And the whole time I didn't even know it, even what I was living in, that how bad it was, and I fucking found out. And as I'm finding out more and more by the day as this shit is crashing, because it was never real to start with, y'all trying to attack me or make it seem like I'm offending you or I'm in your way whenever I talk about it. You know what I'm saying? What type of shit is that, y'all? But this is why, like I said, y'all, hold up real quick. Let me get out here. Got this door. Like, it's so bad, y'all. And I'm at a point where it's like, I haven't even been smoking black and milds or anything like that. But I'm at a point where it's like, I know the issues that I'm having with my body is around the stress that I'm having and what my brain is going through. Like the trauma on, like I know it. I know it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, think about it. Like just I'm gonna just say something just as simple as this, right? And this goes for damn near any state, damn near. Like, you're going through homelessness, right? And you ask anybody, even the people that have millions of followers that's homeless and stuff, and got channels and shit that don't talk about none of this shit that I talk about, right? While I'm going through the same situation, actually probably even worse than them, because I'm in the heart of the destruction. You know, I'm in Northern Virginia, you know? Sometimes, like, I feel like that's why the DMV area isn't even looked at like that. And it's, like, hidden. You know what I mean? Almost, y'all know how it seems like we're, like, hidden from everybody and shit? Like, with the talent on every level. And you can't just say, like, oh, we're against each other. Like, nah, this is way deeper than that. You got to think about it. Virginia's the first slave state. The most money is flourishing out of these areas. It all coincides with each other. You know, it's all aligned. You know? So you got to think about it. The only places a person that's so-called struggling can go to, right? Like today, yesterday, it's even worse on holidays, so-called say. You know, on pagan holidays, it's even worse, right? Literally, the only places I could go right now to get out of the cold, right, is the mall. And no, I'm gonna say in general, the places that you can go to get out of the cold, right? Being homeless or whatever, right? The only places you can go is, and trust me, these places, if they could shut down for you not to go there, they even would. You know, they would. You know, and proof of that is that they'll never stop gripping the rope tighter. Y'all notice since the system has been up and since we've been controlled or they had everything how they want, y'all notice like it's not a stop. There's not a point of them to stop and be like, all right, this is it. This is enough damage. We got the black people how we want them. Like, they'll never stop. You know, they won't stop, you know, at all. Like the only places I can go to is I can only go to the mall, the library, or a college campus. That's it. That's it. That's it. And I guarantee you, if a mall wasn't a mall and it was one store in the mall, they would protect it and be like, you can't even be in here if you're not buying anything. The only reason why they can't say that entirely is because there's so much stores, you know, and they can't look at it like that from how it's set up. Because if they could find a way, they would. They would. Trust me, the moment they can find a way to be like, if you're not spending enough amount of money in the mall, you can't even sit in the mall or be in the mall, they're gonna start doing so. Trust me. Everything is an attack on homeless people because, like I said, homeless people, nobody goes through more than homeless people. Nobody. I don't give a fuck what y'all problems are. Y'all not going through the attacks off the basis of the regular stuff that you have of knowing what that's like until it's taken from you. And then you see how much more you gotta be in survival. Y'all not dealing with that shit. You know? My mom slept in a comfy ass bed last night. You know what I'm saying? I haven't slept in a bed in years, y'all. Like continuously on years. Like so much that even when I get into bed, that shit don't even feel right. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I got immune to sleeping on concrete and sleeping on ground and shit like that. You know? I got immune to stuff that's hazardous and that's killing me slowly. You hear what I'm saying? Because of what I'm living in. And us not knowing and everybody living off the division of us. You know? So I dedicated my life to this. Every single time I feel anything that makes me feel offended, whether it's literally that or not, I swear to fucking God, whether you are neuromelanated or you are natural, I will make you feel what the fuck we living in. And I won't give a fuck what you do or what the fuck comes after it. On my soul. I'm not playing with nobody, y'all. I'm not playing with none of y'all. I'm very respectful. I'm not out here trying to harm no one. I ain't trying to be a tough guy, but I'm not fucking playing with y'all. I'm not playing with y'all. I'm not playing with nobody. You hear what I'm saying? Because I know what the fuck is doing, what's happening to me. So every single time, I check people. Y'all don't know how much people I check a day. Like I told y'all, whether it's really that or it's not that. I had to check a Latino guy earlier today on the bus, you know? Because he was acting extra stuck up and bougie about something. He know I was checking him because when I checked him, he got up and he started coming to me because he already knew that I knew what he did with that fake cough shit, that stuck up shit that's in Northern Virginia, that how everybody tries to do when they're extra self-absorbed and shit. And he did it to a guy, you know? And I checked him. I let him know that my son is Puerto Rican and Dominican. And then he knew why I said to him, and then he got up, and then we started chopping it up, and it was all love, you know, because like I said, like, yeah, I'm not trying to come at nobody, but I'm definitely going to check you if you don't have a general respect for another organic being, and you just coming at them and I see it for no reason. You feel me? I don't give a fuck what comes with that shit, you know? I already know that it's something. I already know that I'm protected and I'm watched over in ways because of my stance and how alone I really am, you know, and how people team up against me and all of that shit. How jealous, how it's not me being paranoid or none of that shit either. Like I swear to God, like if y'all can't see by what I'm in now, you'll see by just being around me and me being around people, how jealous people are of me and how envious people are of me too, you know? Like for real. Like people be doing like unhinged diabolical shit to try to spite me and shit. So basically back to what I'm saying though, you know, like, you know, these people are happy living off of us, you know? So regardless, I already know the same way, put it like this, the same way that we're divided, right? The same way how we're divided. My mind is moving so fast, I forgot what I was gonna say. That's another reason why I be forgetting what I'm gonna say, because it's the damage of the abuse from this bitch that I left alone. And then off of just being in this situation, it changed me in so much different ways, you know? Like, I got so much damage, so yeah, no, I turn up when necessary about what I need to turn up about. And people that did me wrong aren't allowed to even be in my presence ever again for the rest of their lives. And I'm gonna make sure at their funeral, they die before me, I'm gonna make sure at their funeral, I let them know. One of the things that's also very triggering for me too, y'all, is like, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. When I see people, whether they're aware of it or not, directly or indirectly, when I'm speaking truth and I know how righteous I am and I see people try to have avoidant energy, like get on their phones around me and shit, like low key, I'm just waiting for the right time. As soon as I get that okay, if I'm around you and you do that, I guarantee you that phone will blow up in your fucking hand. I guarantee you it will. I'm just waiting for the okay. Like, I'm not playing with motherfuckers. Like, as soon as I get that okay, let you walk by me and I don't even gotta say nothing to you. Just let you go by me and then look on that phone and me feel like you're trying to look on your phone and irritate me in that way. I guarantee you, by me just looking at that shit, that's just gonna blow up in your hand and blow up dead in your face. I'm not playing with nobody, you know? I'm not playing with nobody. Cause I'm tired of shit. I'm about to start showing shit. I'm tired of shit. I'm a lot stronger than y'all even know, cause I ain't even showing y'all shit, you know? But I'm not fucking playing with nobody because it's been so much shit that's been done to me. That's why when I do get like this, I don't care. And it's unpredictable, and it could be because it's like, it's so much people attacking me on the daily, you know? That's one of the things that I'm gonna let the judge know, like, and I got all the ways, and I got people that's gonna come to court and show the proof of them seeing like the attacks that was done to me. Not even knowing of my situation either, y'all. Not even knowing of my situation, but just a regular person from the outside looking in. Like, I know it's a lot of people that can see, you know? Thing is, one of the first things people can say whatever the fuck they want to say about me. But one of the things that most people can say about me is I'm a good fucking person. You know, I'm a good fucking person, and no one can take that shit from me. You know, like people do less to people of what I've been through, and people snap on them about it. And I didn't even kirk out on people, and then yet I'm still even gentle with people that's attacking me, not knowing my life story or even what I'm dealing with in the moment. You get what I'm saying? I got more patience than a regular person, way more. You know, way more. That's why a lot of people try that. I'm being honest. These are reasons why a lot of people get jealous of me, envious of me. You know, one of the main stuff that I always allow people to find out about me, but I give people the benefit of the doubt, is they try to associate my intellect with my financial situation. And that's one of the most ignorant things that you can do in life. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm gonna be honest with y'all, most of the people, and I'm not saying this just because I'm in a situation, like, I've been down and up, right? But even with being down, I've been on properties and stuff. I've dealt with all millionaires, people that's really bringing money in. So I speak with all of them before I had the knowledge I have now. And I'll tell y'all, like, for real, the most dead people inside and unhappy people inside is people with the most money, y'all. I'm telling y'all. That's why you see, and most people can vouch that even if you're not neuromelanated, even if you're white, you know, but, you know, you can vouch that it's people that have money. People be like, why do people that have money go out their way so much to spite people that have less than, or stunt on them? Like, why would they care about even doing that to them? Trying to make them feel some type of way. Why would it matter? They would just be happy with what they got, right? Why would it even matter? You know? But this is why, though. This is why, because you got to realize the majority of money, people that have the most majority of money on the planet, it's the most genocide to us, those occupations. You get what I'm saying? You know, I'm being real with y'all, the most. That's why you got to sell out the most even to get that shit. You got to be a certain way to even get those jobs. And I'm not even saying by decisions, choices. I'm even saying your energy. You know what I'm saying? Because that sellout energy, y'all know that's an energy. That's a force, you know? You could tell Uncle Tom before you even talk to them. Their aura, everything says that they don't like themselves, you know? Everything about them says that. So you'll be able to tell. You'll be able to tell. But another thing, you know, cold in general, like, shocks your system in general. Like, y'all know how, like, they be doing, like, ice cold baths and shit. When you're homeless and you're facing the cold, it feels like it's like an ice bath that never ends. You know what I'm saying? Or it feels like whenever you are in warmness, like, you can't even enjoy it because your body, you're so much in shock, fight, flight, or freeze, and shock that, like, your body's like already preparing for, like, the next cold. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're just like, you know. So, like, they know exactly what they're doing by creating a system like this. What I'm telling y'all and I'm trying to explain to y'all, every homeless person knows what the fuck I'm talking about. That's why they say, like, you know, if you're homeless, like, people don't understand and you're living like a whole nother world and shit, because it's like it's like, it's just so much shit. Like literally shit, even me just saying that, you know, one of the big things, like, you don't get the shit when you want to shit, when you're homeless, you know? You know, like how you're not homeless and you're always in a car, or just getting, you're only, when you're not homeless and stuff, you're only in the cold for very short periods of time. Getting in and out the car, in and out the car in the store or shopping center. You go in the store, spend whatever money, come back out in your car, drive back to your house. You know what I'm saying? But when you're homeless, it's not like that. All of that's completely different. You know, you're just outside. You know, and so you're getting everything, hit with everything. You know, but it's a lot of reasons. One thing I want to say, you know, I never been a jealous person of people, materialistic items, or even like if somebody wanted a woman that I wanted, or took a woman that I considered to be mine that was never mine from the jump, right? Like, I never been like a type of guy to compare myself to another guy. Even before knowing genetics and stuff, I know I knew even then, but even more so now, that like no guy compares to me, you know? No, a real man stays in his silence for someone that doesn't appreciate it. And they just let that person see it whenever they see it. If they don't, they don't. But that person's no longer a problem to that person. You get what I'm saying? That's one of the main signs that like a woman doesn't love herself, when she jumps from dick to dick. You get what I'm saying? She's empty inside, you know? And she doesn't even realize that she's destroying or destroyed herself already, you know? Like the thing about life is you can't take a whole title off of you. I wish that, hey, hustler, please see me in person, bro. Please see me in person. Like if I was to see you and you was to say that to me right now, bro, I would have smacked the fuck out of you with all these fingers, bro. Like a bitch, bro. I would have smacked the fuck out of you. I really wish you would come up to me in person and say that shit to me in person. I dare you, bro. I dare you. You feel me? I dare you. I triple dare you. You know how we was younger? I triple dare you, bitch ass, bro. All y'all internet niggas is funny as hell. Y'all, and it's like, it's so sad because all y'all talk all this shit on the internet to try to ruin what somebody's saying because it's truth. But y'all so spiritually lost that y'all don't even get that this is an energy thing. Any of us individually that can see what we're talking about, that's because we're vibrating higher and faster than y'all. You know, every organism is changing on the planet for the better, the worse right now. Now you got to ask yourself what side you fit on, because if you're attacking a person or attempting to attack a person that didn't do nothing to you, right? All that means is you're being used, whether you realize it or not. You know how people be like, I don't even know why I did that to that person. You know how people say that type of shit? They be like, I don't even know why. Like they can't even really pinpoint a reason. You know, even if they was jealous or envious of a person, they still don't even know. Like that's not good enough. They don't know why they did it, because you were being used. When you hate on a person, like the people that will get on here and make comments towards me and stuff, right? That don't know me and shit like that. You know, when people do shit like that, it's like this. This is how it operates. Like that energy sees people hating somebody for no reason, and they're like, "Oh, I got me one. I got me one." And then they're gonna use you to attack that chosen one, right? And then they're gonna diss you after. And then it's gonna feel so exciting, like a thrill. You get what I'm saying? Because you're being used to go against this person towards energy, animosity you already have towards them, over something that they didn't do anything to you. And then once the devil uses you towards that person, whether they can get that person low or not, or it doesn't work and that person's still here like me, you know, then they start tearing that other person down. Like, y'all, now I really don't give a fuck. So I'm gonna say it. Like, I can't even tell y'all how ugly my baby mother looks now. Like, she looks nothing like the woman when I first seen her. It's like my looks got better and I got more mature and everything. Like, my face is filling out. You get what I'm saying? I'm already knowing what I'm gonna look like. I start shaping my shit up. Me dressing how I dress and shit. Her on the other end, sloppy, beat up, ran through. Like, you know, like how a woman, like, niggas, y'all know, you know how a woman can look ran through, right? And you could just tell, even if you don't even look at her pussy and see like how fat it is, you could tell if it's been beat up and ran through. If it's like a garage, you could tell, right? Literally, like but a woman has an energy beforehand like that. that she's been ran through. Like, it's like that easy energy. You know, I know when people come around my baby mother, they're like, she easy as anything. You know, she easy. Niggas went through that. Like that can't come off of you, and that's the worst part. A lot of these women don't realize when they be like that, they get found out because they're not trying to, you know, they care about their image, their appearance, you know, what people think of them and stuff. Then that image that gets on them, and they find out how they are. That whole title stays with you forever. You can't run from being a hoe, you know. Like, it's so sad. Like, whatever my baby mother could say, whatever the fuck she wants to say about me, but in my mind, she's always gonna be a hoe, like a ran through hoe. You know what I mean? And yeah. So, like, put it like this: if I was questioning anything about life, when I seen her the first time in court, I was like, ew. I thought maybe she would have toned up a little bit. I'm like, man, she looked gross. Looked like she just been having babies, getting pregnant with wrong people, abortions, drinking, and just looks ran through, disgusting. Like, I can't even believe I put a baby in there. Willingly, too, you know? Willingly. This shit be making me want to throw up, you know what I mean? And even all the stuff that how she, like, it plays back in my head from time to time for, like, reminders to leave her ass where I did. Like, all the small stuff that she probably wouldn't even remember. But I remember very clearly, you know? All of that shit. Like, all the small lies and everything. Like, it's gross. You know? But I know I'm about to get out of this cold though. I was gonna go to the I was gonna go to the what do you call it? But Jim, I don't even have. Like I said, the day's almost over. I'm supposed to get tatted right now, but I'm about to text him because it's yeah. I just try to calm my nerves down, y'all. Hello from Russia. Shout out to Russia, man. Shout out to Russia. Shout out to my people from Russia. You know, shout out my human beings out there. Hey, y'all, I got the most realest story. My testimony is so real. It's going to be so much people that's going to think I'm lying when I tell it full out. And I know it's a lot of people that don't even want me to tell it because there's so much people that's the villain of my story that had a chance not to be. But they chose to be the villain, you know? They chose to come against me, you know? I don't forgive, though. That's one thing about me. You know how people say you got to forgive and shit? Anybody that's did me wrong, I never forgave them. And I'm not bitter about it either. It's like so much lies about this world. Like, they make it seem like just because you don't forgive someone, you're bitter. Like, no. That doesn't mean that. You know how much growth that I've had? Like, the only growth that it doesn't look like I have growth because y'all haven't seen it financial yet. You know, but remember, your inside and how you think and you're seeing stuff, how you comprehend, you're making just calculus decisions in general, regardless of the pain you're in or not. All of that is worth way more than money. You know what I'm saying? Character is worth way more than money. And a lot of us are going to see that going forward. But y'all already destroyed yourselves and showed y'all true colors to people and shit. You know? So y'all already out the lyric. You know? I get so excited. I wish I could just go to sleep and hibernate and just wake up like a lion. You know, because everything I've been dealing with, it's just like I don't know how I'm this strong, but I know I'm protected. The reason why I know I'm protected because the people that brought me a level of pain in which me knowing how I can get and do less of, I haven't did that yet. You know, that's how I know. Cause I already would have killed a lot of y'all. And y'all know who y'all are. I would have killed you already. You know what I'm saying? With no regards to consequences, just me knowing that you're not here no more. You're not in the physical. I would have been good off of that. You know, that my point got across. Cause I really am that type of person, but I didn't do that shit. You feel me? I didn't allow for y'all to push me to be as low as y'all are. I literally push myself away from y'all. I didn't need to team up against my baby mother or none of that and get like all these minions and stuff to come against me. I ain't need to do none of that. It's just me. Lord on me by myself. Lord on me by myself. And none of y'all was able to stop me. None of y'all niggas. You feel me? And I learned so much about women and stuff. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I'd rather die alone than have another bitch try to play with me. You feel me? That shit won't happen. I'd rather die alone. I already had a seed, you feel me? And to be honest with y'all, I might have a daughter out here. For real, for real. Anytime I'm feeling pain or I'm feeling it more, I'm gonna make people feel that shit. You know? But play with me. Y'all really don't know how strong I am yet. And coming against me, right? Let me tell y'all. You don't gotta believe me. I'm not put it like this. If you can't see already, you just delusional. You delusional. I'm talking about it be shit that I know even y'all cops, y'all know. Y'all know I'm protected. Even from a standpoint of y'all thinking that I was a certain way, but then y'all look and y'all see, y'all like, wait a minute. This man ain't like how dog. He actually has a lot of knowledge. There's a lot of positivity to him. You feel me? People can say whatever they want to say about you, but when you don't fit that shit, it's different. You know? You can say whatever people say, whatever they want about me, but I'm not trying to keep. I would never try to keep a kid from their mom because we didn't work out. Whether it was my fault or her fault, regardless, I wouldn't do that, and I wouldn't try to use her issues against her. I wouldn't be like, oh, you got a sex addiction, and I don't give a fuck if that, because I don't give a fuck about her no more. Like, I wouldn't. Even if she had a sex addiction, I wouldn't be like, damn, because you had a sex addiction and you cheated on me, you can't see your son, and I'm about to set you up and take my son somewhere, and make it seem like I'm not about to do what I'm about to do. You wicked as hell. The lowest scumbag. And then you tried to hide, but it's crazy because this is how life works. The light sees everything, you feel me? And people see who's really on what, you feel me? Like I said, somebody how you be trying to describe me and shit, Judge wasn't hearing that shit. You feel me? You trying to say a person's trying to attack you that's been homeless these past years, still trying to get back and been getting back up, falling down and still fighting and shit. I don't got time to be coming after you. Besides speaking on my situation from a growth standpoint of this podcast that I've had for 5 years, and which mainly is around genetics and children and what the psychological slavery in which I'm living in since I rewired my brain. You feel me? That's what I'm talking about. You know? All that other shit is irrelevant. You know? You can't use somebody the fact that they might have a temper or something and use that in fear for your life when they haven't even came at you. My first time seeing you in all of these years was in court. Months apart from each other. That's how you know you're dealing with a Lord kid, y'all. A Lord kid, for real. Hold on, let me get on this bus real quick. I'm in a lot of pain right now. Not gonna lie, I'm in a lot of pain right now. How you doing today, guys? I'm in a lot of pain right now, y'all. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. You know? But I said it's just almost over though, you know? Trust me, with my awareness and how I feel, I know a lot of people wouldn't agree with it. I know I probably would hurt my mom. And I know that my baby mother would be happy because I know that you was trying to kill me the whole time. You was trying to get me to kill myself. But best believe, I would have no problem doing that if I didn't have a child. just off of, but not from you though, but from me knowing what I'm living in off the division of my people and organic people, and us trying to live a lie as it's crashing. I would have been signed out this bitch. The only reason why I won't is because I have a child. You know, that's the only reason. I would have been signed out this bitch, y'all. And when I signed out, you already know the main person I would have haunted, and I will haunt until they gone. I will haunt their soul. Like, you think you're not able to sleep now? You having nightmares now? Shit. What? I would literally haunt you and make you kill yourself. You know, in every single way. You know, I swear to God, I would on my soul. You know, and anybody that try to come in between, I will haunt them too. You know, you try to pray for your Jesus, none of that shit gonna save you. You know, because you got to remember, like, look, man, I come from the cosmos. You know, I come from the stars. You know, my brothers and sisters are here right now. You know, I come from the black woman. You know. And I'm her greatest creation, the black man, you know. And look what y'all did to me. And y'all think it's gonna be no consequences. You're all right. Let you keep thinking your Jesus gonna save you. You feel me? While our children are being touched on in these hospitals, while our children are being indoctrinated with lies, while cortisol is being released in my brain constantly because I'm in fight, flight, or freeze. Because my people are divided, and I'm so-called in lack, and these ways of me not playing the system good enough for me to be punished. Fuck out of here, man. All y'all gonna get it, you know. All y'all gonna get it. I'm just letting y'all know, you know. I know a lot of y'all aware, and y'all trying to run from it or not trying to say nothing about it to save y'allself. But nah, it's a wrap for y'all though. It's a wrap for y'all. You know, I'm gonna wait this shit out, and I'm gonna watch all of y'all get y'all karma. You know, I'm gonna watch all of y'all get y'all karma. Just like how I've been waiting these past 5 years. Look what's happened. Look what's happened. Y'all can't say one thing that I said that was gonna happen that didn't happen, because it happened, and it's all happening even more right now. You know, it's happening even more right now. You know, for real. All y'all gonna get it. I mean, fucked up. Every single one of y'all motherfuckers gonna get it. You know. I can't wait to see our brothers and sisters approach my baby mother. You better hope that's not my child. And look, the worst karma that's gonna be given out, regardless of your genetic makeup, is if you bring harm to your child or not. That's the worst karma. That's the worst. Ain't no karma gonna be worse than anyone that's harmed a child. I'm telling you. And what you think our brothers and sisters gonna say about you separated my child from his grandma, from his uncles and his aunts? You know what I'm saying? My mom wasn't in a relationship with you. You know what I'm saying? What you gonna say? My mom was trying to fight you too? What? My family was trying to come after you. You know what I'm saying? You trying to build up excuses as your lies are all coming out and everybody's seeing you for who you are, you know. And now you're in panic mode and trying to play the victim. When I've been separated from my child all these years, last time I seen my child, he was an infant. Yeah, all right. I've been past the point. I don't give a fuck what anybody thinks about me if they think I'm crazy, you know. For real, because I can show you crazy. You know, I'm not crazy right now. I'm actually really calm. You know, I'm still talking. You know. Still talking. Like I'm not playing with nobody though. Everybody around me know it's you. I'm not playing. It ain't even about no tough person shit. It's about me standing. It's about me staying positive, you know. Cause like when I think about, man, I seen it's this one black woman I seen, right? And I'm seeing I can see it in her face. You know what I mean? Like when she seen me and my brother and stuff, like she like, it's a lot of black women that are seeing black men in these situations and they know how we're forgot about. You know, even from the other black women and how we're divided, like they know. They know. And I know when I talk to them, they know. You feel me? We out here hurting, y'all. we out here hurting, and then when we crash out, they try to use it against us. Like I told y'all, man, you can look up this shit. Look up what gets released when you're in fight, flight, or freeze. You can't tell me. I'm not saying that you don't got no problems, but you can't tell me because we all in this hell. There's just different versions of it. We're hit more, but you can't tell me. You can't tell me that a regular person that's living in a house and is sleeping and can wake up and shit, take a shower when they feel, they have the basic foods, even if they're struggling, but they know where their next meal is coming from and all of that, right? You can't tell me that you're more in fight, flight, or freeze than me, when I'm sleeping outside, when I don't know where my next meal is gonna come from, where even for me to shower, my showering is better now, but even just for me to shower, you know what I'm saying, to get my clothes and take 2 or 3 buses and all of that, and whatever the weather is going on, or however my mental health is from this situation while I'm facing child alienation and all of that, y'all have no idea, yo. Y'all have no idea. Y'all don't know. That's why I'm just glad that karma is being given out. And this way, I've never been as proud to be a neuromelanated being, because one thing that's certain, whether y'all believe me or not, you feel me? I was innocent. You feel me? I was innocent, and I realized that even when I was with my baby mother, it's like, because I have anger problems and she wasn't able to tell me, I was getting mad about the stuff that she was doing, that she was gaslighting me about, y'all, and then she would try to use. So basically, what I'm saying, even anytime I did get mad, it wasn't like a regular problem. You get what I'm saying? It was over some shit that her being a hoe and trying to hide it and trying to gaslight it, and it make me more mad and getting amusement out of it, because y'all know women like that, they like trauma, they like trauma. Like when a man is peaceful and stuff, that's boring, they want a nigga to treat them like shit. They want it like literally, like they're so toxic, because, and I'm not saying this to bash y'all, I'm just saying this, I hope that y'all heal, right? Because I have stuff like this too, just not in that way, and I don't weaponize my problems against people. You feel me? You got 2 types of people in this world, man. You got people that play stupid, to manipulate, right, and be wicked, like how she did. She acted like a person. She acted exactly like, she said to herself, I know he wants this type of woman, even if I'm not ready to be this type of woman, even if I want to be this type of woman one day. But she didn't even want to be that type of woman, and she showed it with her actions, right? But like, you got 2 people that literally see a good person and play like they're a good person, the manipulated person, and then you got the person that will play stupid while still doing the right thing. You know what I'm saying? Because just in case if they're with a person that's not a good person, and they think that they're weak because they're nice the whole time. They are nice, but they're very smart, and they're gonna see how you're gonna play it. If you're gonna be a good person, or you're gonna try to play on their kindness and think that you're gonna be able to get over. You know what I'm saying? Those are the 2 separate people. Now, which side do you think I was on? Which side do you think I was on? You feel me? A lot of this stuff, I was just adding up everything in my head, where until like I had enough, and I knew with what she was already doing, and trying to make it seem like she wasn't, it was all gonna blow up in her face eventually. Or even from a standpoint, just for me to be able to just leave and flee from her, I just never been in a situation like this, so I didn't know that I was gonna get attacked off of it. You hear what I'm saying? I didn't know that she was gonna be so bitter and jealous and envious of me and my growth, and me exposing her, only because how she weaponized against it and then attacked me when I chose myself. You know what I'm saying? That's what it was, y'all. That's what it was. And I'm saying this for any nigga that's out here fucking her. You feel me? Even if you fucking her, get your nut and get the fuck away from that bitch. You feel me? Don't treat that. Don't wife her. Don't think that she gonna be faithful to you. If you saw what she did to me, what you think she gonna do to you? I'm gonna be honest. I'm not saying that a hoe can not be a hoe one day, but it's very, very hard. It's very, very hard, y'all. Hold up real quick. It's gonna be very, very hard, because you gotta think about it. Like I said, when a woman carries herself like that, right? You can't unfuck who fucked you. You feel me? You can't. So every nigga that you let slide lied in you, every nigga that you let bend you over, every dick you sucked in every car, or however so, all of that shit, all of that DNA is in you. Them entities are attaching you from the energy of those people. You can't run from it. You know what I'm saying? You don't, like, literally, you can change, you can change and be healthy as you want. You can't change the DNA from those men that are in you, you know? That I will have no parts of, you know? Because this is something that men got to worry about. Even of a woman doing this when she's with you. When you first meet a woman, you should be scanning on how much body she got, because that's going to show you a lot of in which all you really need to know about that woman. You feel me? And for real, you really tapped into energy. You don't even gotta ask, because you're going to see it in her energy. You're going to be able to. You're going to see different people. You know what I'm saying? You're going to see the different people, and you're going to know. For real, y'all. I'm telling y'all no lies right now. You know? I'm telling y'all no lies. So no, like. My baby mama manifested for her to be a single mom. She manifested for me, I'm the father of that child, for her to be shunned out from the father of the child for the rest of her life. You know what I'm saying? In which, like, ways that I don't care how she tries to manipulate and say it wasn't this, even her own son is going to see what it is, and really who was who, and who did what. You know what I'm saying? For real, like, I'm so glad that everything is coming out. All I had to do was just be strong and choose myself, you know, the whole time. You know, shout out those people that know I'm a good person, though, and shout out those people that are speaking up on my behalf. You feel me? Because they're showing this woman like, nah, you just bitter because you a hoe and you got caught, and you know that was the best thing that ever happened to you, and you know you'll never get that chance again, even to try to manipulate him again. He's not even letting you in, bitch. You short. You feel me? But it's not even that I don't want to. At first I was kind of bitter. I'm not gonna front. I was kind of bitter at first. But then it got to your point where it was like, it wasn't even about me being bitter. It was about me knowing what I don't want. You know, I could never be comfortable with a female that cheated on me. You feel me? Like, that's another thing. Like, the damage that does to a man is permanent. You feel me? It could even affect him with future women, right? Even for real. So the woman that did it to him, oh yeah, you're definitely done. You're cooked. Like how someone said in here, they tried to mention cook. They were saying that to you. You feel me? You're cooked. You're cooked. You know, it's nothing you can do. You know, you can. My father used to always tell me, you know, you can choose how you want to. You can choose what you want to do to somebody, right? You have that right. You know, that's why everybody got free will, right? A lot of times them energies will come your way, see if you're gonna respect the blessing or not, or if you're gonna try to take advantage of it. You feel me? And a lot of y'all will fail when a person's a blessing in your life. You'll be tempted, you know, because the universe ain't gonna allow for a person that's highly favored and a blessing and on 100 with you with everything. The universe ain't gonna allow for you just to be in their life, destroying them life. You crazy, you know? Whether they gonna make that person know, gonna make something pop up in a way in which you didn't think it was, something's gonna happen, you know? Because that's how the universe works. The universe ain't gonna allow. The universe gave you an option, and that person came to you, so hopefully you should see it as a blessing to respect it, appreciate it, nurture it, care for it. You feel me? When you do all the total opposite, you feel me? The universe goes, oh, you don't appreciate that blessing, all right. Strip it away. We'll give it to somebody that really deserved it. You know? That's how that works. But it's just so crazy. I think the most craziest thing in these situations, though, is when women do this, it's like, y'all are so fucked up inside, because it's like, it's the same thing with these situations. Y'all all try to run away with the child. And then not only do y'all try to run away with the child, y'all try to justify it by making the man look bad, so it doesn't even look like you're alienating the man from the child. Like, it looks like you're taking the child away from somebody that was dangerous of their own offspring. You know, that's how y'all try to make it look. It's insane. It's so disrespectful. The all of life. It's the most disrespectful thing, like, for real. For all of life. Y'all don't even deserve to have kids with that mind state. That's why I said, sure. I said, yeah. I said, shit. You put my son through that shit. Shit, that you won't get another chance with another baby. You know, that was your only chance. Lucky you got that. You know, real for real. It won't be another chance. Like I'm committed. This is. I appreciate it, guys. Enjoy the rest of your day. I'm not playing about this. I'm not playing about this shit. You know, that was just a Latina. That was just a Latina woman, and she know. Everybody know. Like I'm not. When I say like I'm not playing, I'm not playing. That shit can go however. You know. And another thing that I don't get that women don't like. It's like signs. All these are signs to know that you're dealing with a little kid, right? That's another thing that women, because I know there's a lot of women that see my stuff and y'all talk to me and stuff. It's another thing I gotta let y'all know. You can't keep re-hurting a man once a man knows that you're a hoe, right? Like, really look it up if you think I'm lying. Like, literally something changes in our brain, especially if we haven't been betrayed like that ever. Something clicks in our brain where it's like, well, this is the real reason why it's like we'll never look at you the same. And you don't even realize what you did, and it's the point of no return. You know? That's why it's like if you make that, they say if you make that decision, you better be fond on it. You better really know what you're doing, because you can't backtrack once you make that decision. You know? Can't backtrack. And then a lot of the women that do that, they end up, it's two things. They either end up apologizing eventually, so when they give in, when they can't do anything, or they end up still trying to stay away and hope that maybe one day they can manipulate off that power of not loving on you, because that's all they was trying to do. They were trying to control you. They try to control you by not giving you what a relationship really needs. They're like, I'm not going to text you back. I'm not going to call you. I'm going to treat you like shit and try to have you beg for me. And one day hope that I give you that relationship, or give you what you're asking for. And they have no intentions on ever giving it to you, just controlling you with it, with the thought, you know? That's what she was trying to do. But she was so stupid. She thought that she studied me well. But she, first off, she didn't know I'm Aquarius. Anybody tell you, as fast as Aquarius falls in love with you, they'll throw your ass right in the trash. Tie the bag up, double tie it, and all of that. Real shit. So she didn't realize she was trying to control me off of that and avoid rejection. And, you know, hurt me in the process. All of that, like, all in the same time. And she fucking got her ass kicked out of my life, y'all. Got her reputation with me ruined forever, all of that. All backfired on her, you know? And got ran through, you know? Disgusting. This shit's sad, y'all. But it's like, I seen this shit with other women and stuff, but to actually live it and see it with not even just a random woman, but a woman that you had a child with, it hit different, you know? Because I don't know in what ways how that can affect my son. I'm like, even more so now, like, damn. I mean, I'm already gonna make sure the woman I'm with, but I gotta make sure that my woman can really, really nurture my son around whatever abuse that he dealt with off of his own mom. You know what I'm saying? Whatever that looked like. Whether her just talking shit about me in front of my son, to her flying monkeys, to her minions, you know, let my son hear her talk bad about me, you know, or purposely not talking about me at all, you know, wow, because remember, she's alienating me from him. It's like, you could say whatever you want, but for you to force a man to have to use the court to see his child, and you could just let him see his child, you're a special type of person, you know. The universe isn't going to protect that type of evil, but I know, I'm going to be honest with y'all, I know the mother of my child, y'all, is a sociopath. I know she is. That's why it doesn't click in her head to stop doing the stuff she's doing, or, like, you know what I mean? Like, give in. Like, people like that are really, they're demons. They have entity attachments. And they're usually the Jezebel spirit, like that, you know, succubus energy. It's usually that type of energy, you know? It's usually, like, I'm telling you, that energy will be with a type of person like that. It never fails. You see that shit constantly. And then you be like, damn. You be like, damn. Once you see it once, you know that spirit. You see that spirit in every woman once you see it in one woman. You know, enjoy the rest of your day, Reflection. You know, it's a real thing. It's a real thing. Yeah, so long story short though, it's just being a good person, you know. I don't be out trying to do people wrong and shit like that. You know, you like you reach certain levels of maturity, right? Even if like not only do I don't be trying to do people wrong, I don't got time for that shit. But it's like even if somebody does me wrong, right? Like this is one of the biggest levels that you realize about you maturing, right? Is when everything doesn't have to be like expressed, or everything like it's so much. Even though people are like, oh, he's talking about his personal information, man. It's so much that I'm not telling y'all about this woman or anything. You know what I'm saying? For real, bro. I'm not. This isn't that at all. Because I can do that right now, and just really, I'm not doing that though. But you realize that if somebody does you wrong, like you realize it's more power in just cutting them out of your life than like you trying to harm them or anything. And to be honest with you, that's going to harm them more than anything. But you're not even trying to do that. And the reason why it is because it's going to be an absence of your energy. You know, when you're actually loving somebody correctly and stuff, and stuff, they could say whatever, but it reaches a point where whatever it was that energy that they wasn't trying to admit that you had, and helping them and bringing them life and stuff, right? Now that's completely gone, and now what they know what it feels like, you know. Now it's sad. Like the only way my baby mother can even hear my voice is looking at me on here and looking at me through the internet, and probably having to sneak about it. You know what I'm saying? Around the people she's around and all the people that she chose over me that ended up shitting on her. Same people you chose over me end up shitting on you. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. That gotta suck, you know, to put yourself in a type of position like that. You know what I'm saying? But you had somebody that really cared for you, that really was loving on you, that's still healing from you, you know? I healed from you a lot and enough, but I really feel like that's a healing I'm gonna be healing for the rest of my life. Like I'm not in a rush about it, because it's not like I'm ever coming back to you, you know? Now, I'm gonna tap in with y'all, man. I don't want this to die. I want this to go out, but yeah, real spill though, yo. Real spill. You know, treat people right. If not, blessings get taken away from you, and you gotta live with that. You know, I'm not carrying no burdens of anything. Like when I talk to my son about the situation and everything, it's gonna be no hate in my heart or nothing, because I know I did all that I could, and I got attacked through the process, even him. And I'm gonna tell him, like, son, even you got attacked. This was me and your mom's relationship, but she even attacked you, the attacked me, and didn't care about it. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna see that, because he's gonna be like, why the fuck did you separate me from him? I never hit my child. I never was harming my child or a threat or anything inappropriate. You know, it's crazy. So I'm gonna just leave y'all with that, man. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day, for real, yo.